Oglethorpe Stormy Petrels. We're underway, and the tip goes out of bounds, and they're going to call that possession arrow to Worcester State. Looked like Kamaria tipped that one out, and Worcester State will get things going. They're asked to reset the shot clock, I believe, and reset the game clock as well. And we will do that, and we're off and running. Nia Thomas going to run point for the Lancers. She's going to hand it off to Waldron. They're going to look underneath immediately to number 5, and that is St. Martin, who misses. Rebound dug out of there by Alana Smith, and Worcester State going to reset with 17 on the shot clock. Oglethorpe going to play primarily man-to-man. They will trap and go 2-2-1 from time to time. Gatanos goes for the steal and misses, but it is a switching defense, 5 on the shot clock. Rivera plays good defense and knocks that one away from Alana Smith. Gatanos pushing the other way. Bounce pass up and in to Briley Elder. Run. What a nice push for Gatanos. And if you look, Oglethorpe immediately going to go man-to-man pressure. Hoffman going to come up with the steal, and Oglethorpe going the other way. Elder stops and pops. That 10-footer going to come off the back iron and no good, and the Lancers will come back the other way. You can see early on, Coach Ritchie wants to push the pace. Lancers played yesterday, so you wonder if they have a little bit of tired legs. Oglethorpe hadn't played in about 10 days. Shot going to be off the mark there, but rebounded once again by Hernowitz. And Hernowitz going to put it up and in, and good. Oglethorpe going to come down on the hop. Elder going to drive by and get called for a travel. Went baseline, looked for the kick-out pass to Hoffman, and she turns that one over, and we got a 2-2 game early on. Full court man-to-man pressure. Worcester State, not much trouble getting that one across. Thomas with it now out on the wing. Elder poking and prodding and knocks that one out of bounds. Like I said, Oglethorpe has not played in a couple of weeks. Women have not played, I believe, since the 17th of December. So you're talking about almost 2 full weeks since they played a game of basketball, and it was December 17th, a Sunday. Hernowitz going to get that one out underneath, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Smith. Smith, they had the shot clock down to 3. She tried to power up and had that one go off of her knee. And Gatanos going to bring it back the other way. Worcester State going to go in a little matchup man-to-man. Rivera going to get it on the block for the first time, go over her left shoulder and miss that one high and off the mark. Thomas coming back the other way. Hernowitz with an open 3. She's going to spot up and miss that one wide left. And we'll come back the other direction. Falcon fans, if you're out there watching, playoff hopes are going from slim to none. They're down 24-10 in the third to the Bears. A loss or a Buccaneers win eliminates them. Rivera now going to get it underneath. She's going to drive up and then miss the scoop shot, grab her own rebound, go back up over her left shoulder, miss again, and the rebound going to be taken by Waldron. Lancers coming back the other way. Again, Oglethorpe staying man-to-man. Waldron with a little hesitation dribble. Gatanos rips at it. Hernowitz going to drive in, and she's going to get the hoop in the arm. They're going to call yes. I'm going to say Allison Hoffman got her on the arm, and they gave her the continuation. Good contingency of Worcester State fans have made the trip. I'm assuming this was a nice winter vacation. Hernowitz going to look to finish the three-point play. Up and good, and it's a 5-2 lead for Worcester State. Worcester State is in the blue, yellow numbers, black trim. The shot clock did not reset. That was what the timeout was for. Heard the officials say, let's reset it to 28 seconds. Gatanos running point. Hoffman playing off the ball. Rivera looking under for Melton. That ball was poked away. And Hernowitz gets bumped out of bounds by Melton, and they're going to call a foul on that one. Second team foul, I believe it is. And Akanza going to check in, as is Kayla De Herrera. New backcourt coming in. And Oglethorpe going to stay full court man-to-man. You see Kamari Rivera playing back off the ball. No trapping, and this is just more to try to cause some turnovers, but also make Worcester State take a long time to get into their offense. Looking underneath, bounce pass inside, and Waldron going to bank that one in off the glass, and good. De Herrera now going to run point. They're going to go high post to Rivera. She's going to put her head down and get fouled. Kind of lost control of the ball going in. Looks like the foul there going to be called on Lena Waldron. Checking in right now going to be number 15, Cameron Watkins, 5'7" sophomore. Also coming in is going to be Carly Bell and Morgan Skipper. Coach Ritchie already going deep into his bench. 9 women have played already for Oglethorpe. Rivera going to shoot 2. First one going to be up and good. 7-3 your deficit. Second free throw for Kamaria is going to be up, and that's going to rattle around and in. So Kamaria gets her first couple of points, and now you're going to go 2-2-1 pressure, a little more trapping action, and we're going to get a travel. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. You start to make people handle the basketball in positions that they don't want to handle it. And 2-2-1, again, it's not your typical old-school Georgetown Hoya paranoia where it's man-to-man or 40 minutes of hell from Nolan Richardson. It's just enough to be a deterrent. Kanza now with it up top. Rivera going to take it down underneath, spin over her left shoulder, up and good. And that's Kamaria Rivera at her finest. Put the ball on the deck, spin over the left shoulder, drive in and get a basket. Rebound taken and blocked out of there by Rivera. Kamari averaging 13.5 points a game. Skipper going to get it on the hop. Kanza back up top. Wide open 3 for the lefty. That's going to be off the mark and no good, and rebounded. Taken by Watkins coming the other way. And they're going to call a double dribble. Bell going to inbound it underneath. 7-6 the score right now. 5:39 to go in the first period here on a New Year's Eve in Atlanta. Inbound pass going to Kat Johnson. She's going to go over her left shoulder and up and good. Had a chance to talk to Kat leaving the game a couple of weeks ago, and I just asked her about being more comfortable on the offensive end, and she said definitely something she's getting used to, and you can see the growth in a couple of months of college basketball for Kat. Got a feeling her and Rivera, maybe a year from now, when they both, a junior and sophomore, could really be a dominant force here in the SAA. But Kat gives you a lot defensively, a lot of length, can block shots, and as she gets better on the offensive end, look out. I say that now, and she deters that shot. It's going to be off the mark and no good, and it's going to stay. De Herrera pokes it out of bounds.
There's a timeout here, ladies and gentlemen, on the floor of Worcester Court at Durham Fieldhouse, where our beautiful Sunday afternoon.
And we'll take a timeout with them. 5 minutes ago here in the first quarter. Stormy Petrels lead 8-7 on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network, Oglethorpe on a 7-0 run to take an 8-7 lead. And now they're going to switch. Looks like a little bit of a 1-3-1 trapping defense that warms my heart. It's what you'll see me run with Swanee Sports Academy. And they come out of there with a 3. That's knocked in by Nia Thomas, first 3 of the game for either squad. And a 10-8 lead right now for the Lancers. 1-3-1 is one of my favorite. You will give up some open shots if your team is not sound with their traps, but you live with that because you come up with a lot of turnovers. Skipper head fakes, pull-up jumper, and that's going to be down the hatch and good. Morgan came back game ago and going to get her back into the rotation. They're going to drive in the Kat Johnson, and that's not what you want to do. Kat with the rejection. De Herrera coming the other way, looking underneath for Skipper, and she's going to be fouled. Second team foul.
Worcester State foul number 11, Nia Thomas with her first. And second team foul is Jessica Gatanos. Returns now.
Gatanos going to come back in for De Herrera. So you've got Bell, Skipper, Kanza, Johnson, and Gatanos on the floor. 10-10 ball game. Worcester State's played very well so far here early on. Coach Ritchie's thrown a couple of different defenses at them. Johnson with the ball at the foul line. She'll stop and pop and have that one come off the back rim. But look at Gatanos flying in there. And they call it a travel. I'm not sure about that one. Elder going to check back in. So is Hoffman. And they're going to stay in this 2-2-1 pressure. Hoffman and Gatanos up front. 3 ball on the way, going to be off the mark. Rebounded, no good. Gatanos going to come in there and battle for it and get it. Now Oglethorpe going to come back the other way. Elder loses control. She's about to line up a 3. Riley, one of the best shooters that I've seen in this gym. Johnson from the high post. Going to drive in, scoop it up around and no good. That one just rolled off the mark. Kat took her time. Good head down drive on that one and just missed the bunny. Skipper partially rejects that one. Johnson comes up with an Oglethorpe pushing the other way. Gatanos going to get ripped from behind, but they're going to call a foul there on Cameron Watkins. You know, 5'7" sophomore out of Drake-Cut, Massachusetts, communications major. Checking in is going to be number 20, Sierra Francis, and number 25, Mia Haynes. Coming back in as Kamaria Rivera and Malia Melton. So starting 5 women on the floor for your Stormy Petrels. 10-10 game with 2:52 to go here in the first quarter. Rivera going to go head down and go with the left hand up and good. And again, that's what Kamaria Rivera can do. She can face up, shoot the jump shot, put her head down, and drive with either hand and get layups. Lancers with the ball down 2. Only their second deficit of the game. Francis with it, going to kick it back around to Hernowitz, and she's going to miss. Elder with the rebound, and Briley going to push it the other way. Gatanos with it, looking under to Melton. Melton now going to go over the left shoulder and get the hoop in the arm. And Malia got the matchup she wanted. Used her body. Nia Thomas with the foul. 4th team foul. Subbing back in going to be number 13, Alana Smith. Malia going to look to finish the old-fashioned 3-point play. Free throw rattles around and good for Malia. And it's 15-10 Stormy Petrels. They're going to stay in this 2-2-1 defense. Just trying to speed up the Lancers. And they do exactly that, and they get the turnover. Subbing back in going to be number 2, Lena Waldron. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. We got 1 minute and 56 to go here in the first quarter. Oglethorpe now with a 15-10 lead We'll pause with them on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. .153 to go in the first period. 15-10 Oglethorpe. Rivera going to drive in, scoop it over her left shoulder, up and good. Kamaria's in her bag right now, as the kids like to say, with the scoop shot and a 17-10 lead. We're now talking about a 15-2 run for Oglethorpe to storm in front. Playing just a matchup, sort of amoeba-ish defense. And that shot's going to be up and no good, and Melton going to have it ricochet off her hands and out of bounds. Coming back in is going to be Kanza for Hoffman. .20 on the shot clock. Oglethorpe looking to finish out the calendar year at 8-4 before they will get into conference play next weekend. That's when the games here in the SAA really begin to matter. Hendricks and Rhodes will come to town. We're going to get a foul on Melton. Men are 1-0. The men do lead the SAA by virtue of their victory over Barry early this year. We'll have double headers next week, Friday and Sunday. I believe it's 6 o'clock and then 1 o'clock. 6 o'clock on Friday will be the open, then 1 o'clock on Sunday. Final weekend of the NFL next week, although here locally it probably will not matter. Okay, now it's just a switching man-to-man, and we're going to get another foul on Malia Melton, trying to stop Sierra Francis from driving in. Skipper's going to sub in for Malia. 2 fouls on the same possession. Those are the ones that hurt. Next foul for either team will put them in the bonus. And remember, it is 2 shots in the women's game. Inbound pass taken over there in the corner. Mia Haynes has it up on top. She's going to drive in. Hernowitz again from way downtown, and that one just rattles off the mark and no good. Shot blocked by Rivera on the rebound putback attempt by Smith, and Gatanos coming the other way. Jess goes to the corner, skips it across to Elder. Elder head fakes, puts it down on the deck, misses a little pull-up jumper. And Francis pushes it the other way. Haynes with it now on the wing, and we'll reset. Shot clock and game clock have about a 7-second difference. Do not want to foul. Gatanos really getting down on defense. Jump shot there going to be off the mark and no good. Skipper with it, 13 on the game clock. Probably did not want that shot. I think Morgan thought there was less time on the clock than there was. And Worcester State going to come back the other way, and they're going to get an offensive foul called on Hernowitz as she just put her shoulder down. Carly Bell going to come in real quickly. Kat Johnson going to come in as well. Gatanos going to go. Elder from half court. It's going to hit the front rim and be off. But we finished the first quarter. Oglethorpe finishes the first period on a 15-2 run, and they lead 17-10. We'll be back after this on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. We're back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. 17-10 is your score. First quarter stats look as followed. Oglethorpe being led by Kamaria Rivera with 8. Katie Hernowitz, as good as advertised, she's got 5. Kahn's a pull-up jumper, and that's going to be good. Nice head fake there by Anna. One step over and knocks in the jumper to make it 19-10. 2-2-1 pressure staying in full effect. Worcester State breaks that one. Hernowitz with a pull-up 15-footer, and Johnson comes skying in for the rebound, and Gaetano's going to bring it back the other way. Jess going to drive in out to Morgan Skipper, who finds Johnson at the foul line. Cat going to fire a 15-footer and knock it in. And if Cat's going to have that confidence and make that, teams in the SAA are going to have to pay for lagging off of her. Jump shot up and no good by Alana Smith, and that one's rebounded and taken out of there by Jess Gaetanos. Excuse me, that was Cameron Watkins on the last shot. Gaetanos fouled. 21-10, it is now a 19-2 run. Gaetanos with a chance here. First free throw up and good. Oglethorpe in the first quarter shot 50%, 9 of 18 from the floor. Worcester State just 4 of 22, 1 of 5 from downtown. Oglethorpe only took 1 3 and missed that one. Kayla D. Herrera going to check back in for Gaetanos. And they'll stay in this 2-2-1 pressure. Carly Bell and Morgan Skipper in as well. And again, this is just, it's not over pressure, but it's just enough to be a deterrent and really make Worcester State play the game that they don't want to play. St. Martin with it up top. Watkins fires a baseline jumper, no good. Skipper battles for it. St. Martin gets that one. That's off the mark and no good. And Bell runs it down and saves it, and Oglethorpe will head back the other way. The Herrera now running the show, and Worcester State staying in a man-to-man principle. Kanza with an open 3, thought about it, skipped on it, and is going to be fouled. Foul there on number 13, Alana Smith. And we're going to get mass substitutions right now for Worcester State. Coming in number 4, Hannah Manzaro coming in for the first time. Looks like number 11 coming back in, Nia Thomas. And over here, number 2 going to check back in, Lena Waldron. Kanza with 2 free throws. First one up and good. Elder and Hoffman going to check back in. Kanza, a freshman out of Marietta, Georgia. Favorite hobby is she likes listening to music. She's an engineering major. Won some MVP awards while she was in high school. And has fit in very well so far here for the Stormy Petrels. Hoffman playing some really good defense. Almost a steal by Bell in the corner. And you can see this is just a switching, trapping, aggravating, aggressive defense that Coach Ritchie is putting on. Hernowitz going to drive in, scoot that one under, and we're going to get a basket there. Up and in for Hannah Manzaro. Good shot by number 4, who just checked into the game. 25-12 the score right now for Oglethorpe. And it looks like Worcester going to go to a 2-3 zone. Want to see Elder probably pop to one of those shooting spots. And there it is. Briley is wide open, and that's what she does well. Misses that when she was screaming for the ball. Came up just short on her first 3 attempt for the day. Briley has shot it really well so far this season. Talk about somebody that's shooting 44% from downtown as a freshman. So doing a really good job for Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe now going to switch back. Again, sort of a matchup zone. Hernowitz going to stop and pop. That's going to come up short. And it's going to be run down before it gets to the backcourt. Hernowitz got her own rebound. And we're going to reset here with 15 on the shot clock, and Elder knocks it out of bounds. Defense really makes you be precise with your passing. (25-12) your score. Inbound pass taken, off the mark, no good. Hernowitz grabs her own rebound, misses it, and then stick-to-itiveness gets that one to go down as well. Katie Hernowitz now leading the way for Worcester. Couple of baskets in a row to cut it back down to 11. Elder from downtown, off the mark and no good. And Thomas going to grab the rebound and go all the way the other way. He's going to leave it off for Waldron, who misses. Taken underneath, and St. Martin lays it up and in, and we'll get a timeout on the floor. Coach Ritchie not happy at all. 6-0 run for the Lancers. We'll get a timeout on the floor with 6:19 to go here in the first half on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. We're back here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Hoffman, Gatanos, Kanza, Rivera, and Elder going to be on the floor for Oglethorpe, but a 6-0 run right now for Worcester State to get back into this. They're down 11 after trailing by as many as 15. Excuse me, they're down 9 after trailing as many as 15. It's 25-16. And this 2-3 zone right now is giving Oglethorpe a little bit of problems. 11 on the shot clock. Gaetano's going to get inside the gap, fire it up, and that's going to be off of Hoffman and out of bounds. And switch to a 2-3 zone has given Oglethorpe just a little bit of problem. Missed 4 straight shots, and they almost had a turnover. But Nia Thomas going to control it on the wing, and Lancer's going to reset on offense. Hernowitz going to drive in. Lefty jump hook, no good there by Manzaro, and Elder going to come down with it and go the other way. Briley thought about a pull-up, stops and pops, lays it up, no good. Rivera grabs the rebound and banks it in, and good. That's how you beat a 2-3 zone, is you beat them down the floor before they can get defensively set, get a shot up on the rim like Briley Elder did, and then Kamaria Rivera diving in for the offensive rebound and put back, and an 11-point lead. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Worcester State had a nice lead, and we're going to get a carry violation on Katie Hernowitz. 13 coming back in, Alana Smith. Oglethorpe being led right now by Kamaria Rivera with 10. Almost half the points as she's really dominated down low. Worcester now back man-to-man, and they're going to get a turnover. Hernowitz comes in for the steal, gets it, goes the other way, lays it up and in. And they cut it to 27-18. Kanza with it. Hoffman thinks about it. She's going to fire a 3 off the mark, no good. Gatanos comes in and grabs the rebound. Jess is so scrappy. Kanza underneath to Rivera, who lays it up and in. Really nice drive and dish there by Anna Kanza. Got down the teeth of the defense. kind of an over-the-shoulder pass right in the pocket of Camaria Rivera for a layup and a basket. And then back to an 11-point lead. Hernowitz going to go backdoor for Manzaro. Pull-up jumper here is going to be good. Nice dribble drive and pop. Nia Thomas going left and then shooting the righty jump shot and knocks that one in, and it's 29-20. And Worcester going to go back to this 2-3 zone. Difference is here, Hoffman going to pop to the line, and Rivera going to be fouled underneath. Great post position by Camaria, and no hesitation. On the catch, she immediately went up with the ball.
It's her second in the contest. 13 fouls, 7 for the Lancers. Mia Haynes and Morgan Skipper returns now for the Beatles as Rivera at the line.
Rivera going to shoot 2. Looking for points 11 and 12 on the day. Camaria's first free throw rattles around and in. Second one coming. Camaria going to take that one. No problem there. Pure on both free throws and an 11-point lead again. Game is sat between 9 and 11 here for about the last 4 minutes of action. Teams either trading baskets or trading misses. We'll see if Oglethorpe, they're picking up man-to-man a lot further out. Hoffman way high there, and we're going to get a foul call. I'm not sure who the foul was called on. They called that on Camaria Rivera. She was a good foot away from the offensive player, but the referee was in behind. Hernowitz, pure, came off the little down screen action and drains a 3, and the Lancers are hanging around. Back to within 8. Rivera underneath, nice pass. Skipper had to go off of her knee. Gaetano's going to come up with a good defense there and get the steal. Jess thought about really pushing it. Going to get it to Skipper outside to Hoffman. Hoffman going to drive in, have that one come off the mark and no good. And Worcester State coming the other way. Their head coach, Karen Tesmer, screaming for them to go faster. 31-23 your score with 2:27 to go here in the first half. Dribble drive up and good. And Mia Haynes just went right down the lane, got fouled, and she's going to get a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. She cut the deficit to 6 with a chance to cut it to 5. Carly Bell going to sub in for Allison Hoffman. St. Martin also going to check in for the Lancers. Free throw rattles around and good. And suddenly it's a 16-5 run for the Lancers. Oglethorpe would went on a 23-2 run to take the lead. Now it's been answered 16-5 the other way. And it's all been coincided with this 2-3 zone. And now they're going to get Rivera at the foul line, and she's going to kick it back out to Carly Bell. Skipper comes up with a rebound. Kansa's jumper going to be off the mark and no good, and a rebound taken out of there by Cameron Watkins. But Bell, really good defense there by Carly, hustling back, coming up with a steal, and giving Oglethorpe another opportunity. Skipper from downtown, and that's going to be pure. Morgan Skipper will quiet the Lancer faithful who showed up here as she drills a 3 to give Oglethorpe an 8-point lead again. 34-26 with 1:35 to go. 3 ball fired up here, and that one's off the mark, no good. Rebound taken and no good, and Cons are going to come away with it. Haynes had grabbed the rebound and just came up short on the putback opportunity. Gaetano's going to look for Kanza. Rivera going to go back over her left shoulder. That one just hits off the back rim and no good. Really good move there by Camaria. Just a little strong on the hook. And then she's going to come the other end and get the steal. Oglethorpe with a 3-on-2 opportunity if they want one. Kanza finds Skipper underneath. Morgan lays it up, no good. But look at Jess Gaetano, smallest on the floor, biggest heart, fires back a 3 and drills it. And there's Jessamy Gaetanos. Jess gets the offensive rebound, all 5-6 of her, gets the rebound, goes right back out with her own shot and drills a 3, and Oglethorpe back up 11. Nice bounce pass underneath. Really good pass there from St. Martin to Watkins for the layup, and it's 37-28. We got 14 and a half to go here in the first half. Oglethorpe should hold for the final shot. They'll go up either 9, 11, or 12, depending on what they get here at the end. Gaetanos coming off the screen. Down low, Skipper's 3, going to come off the mark and no good. And Morgan tried to get the foul but did not get it. For the Oglethorpe Sports Program, they do a great job with some of the content and everywhere else. You can follow me as well at John Michaels U. And Oglethorpe coming out immediately in a jump trap defense, really trapping all over the floor. We're going to get a wide open jumper for Hernowitz. It's not going to be good. Gaetanos now pushing it 100 miles an hour. Jeff's going to drive in. Briley Elder wide open 3, and bang, bang. From way downtown, bang, as Briley Elder knocks in her 3. And Oglethorpe got exactly what they wanted. Fast break, wide open 3. Entire bench jumped up when Briley shot it, knew that one was going in. Layup attempt, no good, but we're going to get a foul. It's number 13. Alana Smith tried to shoot the layup, missed it, but got fouled on her rebound attempt. And she'll have a chance to go to the line, but it's a 12-point lead now at 40-28 for Oglethorpe. Looking at some of the team stats, and that foul was I believe on Gaetanos, her second, or it was on Hoffman, her second. They do a substitution. Cons are going to come in for Hoffman. It was on Hoffman. Hernowitz leading the way with 12 points for Worcester State. Leading scorer on the year, averaging 14.4 points a game. Katie is a communication sciences and disorders major. She's got the ball now coming the other way. Going to give it up. Nice bounce pass underneath and a layup and good for Lena Waldron. Really nice pass there from Nia Thomas on the fast break and the lead right back down to 8. Elder looking for Melton. Going to skip it across to Kanza. Her 3 rims around and no good. And the rebound taken there by Alana Smith. Thomas going to bring it across. Look for Smith, who was not looking for the ball and throws it directly out of bounds. And Oglethorpe will come back the other way. A couple of open 3s. One goes, one doesn't. 40-32 your score. Gaetanos now going to bring it in the front court, and Worcester State going to stay man-to-man. Elder going to come on a cross screen. Gaetanos now skipping it in. She's going to go baseline. Back out to Kanza. Kanza's 3 going to come up short, and rebound taken by St. Martin. Melton felt like she had some position underneath, and I agree with her. Just did not get the ball. And that layup's going to go up and good for Alana Smith. The 12-point lead right back down to 6 immediately on a 6-3 kick coming out of half for the Lancers. Melton now at the foul line. She's going to drive in. Elder head fakes, stops and pops. Briley's jumper rattles around and no good. Rivera battling for the rebound. And they're going to call a foul on Kamaria Rivera, and I have no idea how. Kamaria had the ball in her hands, and that's going to be her 3rd foul. Second team foul. Johnson going to have to come in for Rivera. And Coach Ritchie going to stay 2-2-1. Nia Thomas now with it in the front court. She's going to dribble in. Johnson challenged the shot, did not get the block. Now the ball loose on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball scenario and possession arrow. Going to go to Oglethorpe. 40-34 your score right now with 7:28 to go. Got to correct myself. Falcons are losing, but by virtue of the Saints losing, or so the Saints winning, they're up 23-15 with 1:37 to go. If the Bucks lose, Falcons still can make the playoffs. Melton has that shot blocked. Johnson comes under to save it, but does not, and out of bounds, and Worcester State going to go the other way. Morgan Skipper going to sub in now for Malia Melton. 6-3 here in the second, or in the third quarter. And 2-2-1 pressure again. Hernowitz with the ball. Thomas is now settled in, running the show. Waldron over on the wing. In is number 15, Cameron Watkins. And now it's this 1-3-1 sort of matchup-y zone. And that ball's going to go off of Hernowitz. And she's just going to let it go. And it's going to be Oglethorpe ball. I think because the ball was tipped, had Worcester State ran back and grabbed the ball, they could have had possession. They just let it roll out of bounds. And Oglethorpe will take over baseline out of bounds. Elder going to trigger the offense. They're going to come out with a little box set here. You probably set a couple of cross screens. They find Kanza, who's going to get it underneath to Johnson. She's going to go over her left shoulder and up and in. Kat Johnson maturing game by game with a really nice arsenal of moves. She's hit a foul line jumper, hit a couple of different ones, and now comes up with the steal the other way using all 6'4". And Jessica Tano screaming for the ball, said, I've got it, let's reset the offense at 42-34. Johnson with it at the foul line. She's going to put her head down. Couple of pump fakes. Jump hook just off the mark and no good, but I love the footwork there. You can tell Kat's working on it. Side jumper off the mark. Nope, rattles around and in. Waldron gets a nice bounce and knocks that one in, and it's still a 6-point game. Worcester State just hanging around. It's like the scene in the movie Rounders. They've got the alligator blood. But the last thing you want to do is allow an opponent on the road to keep within striking distance and give them confidence that they can win this game. And that's what they're getting by the moment. Johnson going to be fouled coming across the lane. Bumped by Alana Smith on the jump hook opportunity. Smith will go to the bench. Abby St. Martin will come back in. Carly Bell going to sub back in. Kayla D. Herrera going to sub back in. I think I mentioned Mia Havica not dressed today. She's not going to play. I've not seen Gabby Hudson more than a moment or two. Johnson's free throw, going to rattle around and in. Kat on the day. 3 of 6 from the floor. She's got 7 points to go along with 3 rebounds. Does have a block and a steal. Usually known more for defense, but playing much better on the offensive end of the floor. St. Martin going to get it across. And Worcester State going to back it back out, down 5, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Johnson. And we're going to get an out of bounds. That corner, I tell you, we call that the coffin corner over there. Seems like we get 1 or 2 a game right over there in that corner in front of the bleachers, opposite of where I sit. Ends up being a turnover, whether it's the men's or the women's game. It's always the same. And St. Martin almost comes up with a steal. 44-36 your score with 5:13 to go. Here in the third period. Evenly played game really throughout. Oglethorpe dominated the first quarter 17-10, but we've been basically even since then. Been 27-26 the score since the first period. Johnson going to come in, turn around, little jumper, rattles around just off the front rim and no good. Thomas comes up with a rebound. Hernowitz going to drive baseline, and she's going to be bumped and fouled. Skipper got a little too much body on Katie Hernowitz. media timeout on the floor with 4:54 to go. Petrels 44-36 over the Lancers of Worcester State here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. First free throw off the mark, no good. Some parents in front of me screaming to miss it. (44-37) the score. Kat Johnson going to take it, dribble in, loses control, scoops that one over her left shoulder, doesn't make that one. Back outside to Kanza. Anna going to be just off the mark and no good, and Hernowitz going to come up with the rebound. Fifth team foul. It's going to be 2 shots now for Hernowitz. 6 is the closest the Lancers have been over the last couple of quarters. Free throw up, and that's going to be off the mark and no good. Look, overall, this has been a really evenly played game. Worcester State shooting 33%, Oglethorpe at 34%. Difference in this game, Oglethorpe 11 of 11 from the foul line. Worcester now 6 out of 8, so a 5-point difference in a 6-point game. And it laments the importance of foul shooting. Johnson going to get it, and she's going to turn it over. And Hernowitz comes up with the steal, and Worcester on the hop going the other way. Hernowitz has an open shot, doesn't do it, and what a really good effort by Kat Johnson. Missed the shot on the other end, fell down, got up, comes sprinting back the other way and gets the block shot. And there'll be 21 on the shot clock. Hernowitz with the hop step, going to dribble in. St. Martin with a little foul line jumper, and that's going to be good. And this is the closest the Lancers have been since the first period. It's 44-40. And you can hear their faithful getting loud. I would love to see the Oglethorpe faithful get a little bit louder. Melton going to come down. Elder with the head fake. Going to go baseline, kick it back out to Di Herrera. She's going to drive in, foul line jumper, and that's going to be up and good. Really nice shot there by Kayla. A lot of confidence to catch that one and just go and shoot it. And it's 46-40. Oglethorpe going to drop back. Some type of zone. Johnson's just kind of lingering in the middle. Hernowitz wide open 3. That's going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound going to be taken, and we're going to get a foul on Watkins.
It's an Oglethorpe foul number 3, Malia Melton, her 3rd and 6th. Subs now. Here's Allison Hoffman and Jessica Tanos. In for Di Herrera and Melton, and at the line, Watkins with 2.
Free throw going to rattle around and no good. 46-40, as I mentioned, this is as close as it's coming. Second free throw good. Downtown for Bell, not going to be good, and rebound taken by Hernowitz. And Worcester on the hop here, going to go the other way, miss the layup, grab the rebound, and put back in good. Lena Waldron cuts it to 3. Gaetano's going to walk it up and kind of call an offense here, looking for a high screen from Johnson. Hoffman with it. In the corner to Bell. Back up to Allison. Gaetanos late on the pass to Elder. They're going to go back to Johnson. Cat going to skip across. Elder going to get an open 3 and drill it. And that'll quiet the crowd as Briley Elder steps up and drains a 3 to give Oglethorpe a 6-point lead. 2:09 to go here in the third period. Oglethorpe 49-43 on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network, a huge 3 right before the timeout from Briley Elder. Gives Oglethorpe a 6-point lead. Briley comes in, tries to get the steal, knocks it out of bounds. 2:07 to go here. Third period has been very hotly contested, 15-12 in favor of Worcester State. The lead was as big as 12 for Oglethorpe. We're going to get a turnover. Bell going to come the other way. Give it up to Hoffman, who then has it ricochet out of bounds. You had a 3-on-1 and a little bit helter-skelter. Oglethorpe will keep control. They got it up to 12. The lead has been as close as 3, or the deficit for Worcester State as close as 3. Gaetanos dribbling in, tries to do a handoff, and Hernowitz going to knock that one out of bounds. 12 to go on the shot clock. Offense a little clunky right now. Rivera's been on the bench basically most of the third quarter with 3 fouls. Melton's had some problems as well. Gaetano's going to drive in with 5. Elder from wide open 3 and misses that one, but Johnson grabs the rebound, and then she's going to be fouled, and you hope Kat's okay. She kind of got tackled to the ground there from behind. It's only their second foul on Katie Hernowitz. Inbound to Johnson, 20 on the shot clock. Kat taking her time. She's going to drive in. Little jump hook over her shoulder is going to be out of the way and no good. Worcester coming the other way. St. Martin with it. Thought about a 3. Waldron going to get an open 3. That's going to be no good and rebounded by Elder. 1:14 to go in the third period. Briley skipping across. Back to Hoffman. And Gaetano's going to set up the offense once again. That's going to come across. Johnson going to have that one come up short, and rebound snatched out of there by Nia Thomas. 3-on-2 break for Worcester. Hernowitz, oh my goodness. Johnson got the foul trying to block the shot. Hope that she's okay. Looks like she will be. Johnson's second foul. Gabby Hudson going to sub in for Carly Bell. 49-43 your score. 43.8 to go. Worcester has just hung around here in the second half, outscoring Oglethorpe 15-12 in the third period. First free throw off the back rim and no good. Second free throw going to be up and good for Hernowitz. Katie right now with 16 points to lead the way for the Lancers. Rivera still leading the way with 14. Again, she has not played much here in the second half due to foul trouble. We're going to need her in the fourth period in a 5-point game. Elder going to head fake, put her shoulder down, drive. 16 on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Johnson right now at the foul line. She's going to put her head down, go with the left hand and have it just roll off the front of the rim. She got fouled. Johnson's first free throw up and good. (50-44) your score. Johnson's second free throw, very nice. Kat now with 10 points. She's in double figures. 20 to go here in the period. Hudson going to come in and lock down on defense, and this is what Gabby does best. Oh, and they're going to call a ticky-tack nickel and dime foul up here 35, 40 feet from the basket. And that's going to be bonus scenario for Worcester State. Remember, in the women's game, 5 fouls per period. There is no 1-and-1. Skipper going to sub in for Gaetanos. Kanza's in as well. I'm sorry, she's subbing in for Kanza. Gaetanos still in the backcourt. First free throw up, bounce it around, and no good for Nia Thomas. So 51-44 is where we stand with 13 seconds to go here in the third period. Second free throw up, and that one's good. Oglethorpe going to have time, and Gaetanos doesn't have to rush, but probably needs to go about now. Looking for a high screen from Johnson. She gets it, rolling underneath. That is an awful call. That is an absolutely horrible call by the baseline official. Calling a charge. Kat Johnson unable to even come down and catch the basketball as the defender slid underneath her. That's a terrible, terrible call. I try not to say much about officiating, but that was just brutally bad. We'll go to the fourth quarter. It's 51-45. Alex Ritchie is livid, and I don't blame him. Oglethorpe in front. We got 10 minutes to go on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Ten minutes to go on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Oglethorpe in front, 51-45. Hudson, Skipper, Gaetanos, Rivera, and Elder will be the 5 women on the floor. Worcester will get the ball sideline out of bounds. And now we go to see who will walk out of here happy going to New Year's Eve. Hope everybody out there has a happy and safe New Year's Eve. If you make resolutions, try to stick to them. And we'll get a turnover on the first possession. I'm not a big resolution guy. I always say I'll try to eat better. That lasts about a week. I'm usually pretty good with the gym. I do a ton with my kids now, so I don't spend much time going out. It's either work or with my kids, so going to be things there. Rivera going to get the ball underneath. Nice footwork for Camaria up and in. And that's the difference. When you have somebody you can dump it down to on the post and know they're going to get a basket, that's what Camaria Rivera brings. And Gabby Hudson, and the same official that just called an awful offensive foul didn't realize that was a carry when the young lady dribbled the ball over her head. Skipper with it down in the corner. Hudson going to lose that one, and it's going the other way. And we're going to get a foul called. The same official is either whistle happy or not happy at all. Nia Thomas to the line. She's going to shoot the first of two and knock that one in, and it's back to 6. Game has really been played in about a 6-point bubble for the last 30 minutes of basketball. Second one up and good, and it's now a 5-point deficit. I'm going to feed Camaria Rivera probably every possession until they figure out a way to stop her. Skipper going to have it. She's going to go right to Camaria. Camaria is going to go up and under and miss, and St. Martin comes up with the rebound, and here comes Worcester State going the other way. Wide open three, not going to be taken there. We will get this one fired up and off the front of the rim and no good. Second shot, no good. Skipper going to get the rebound, and she's going to be fouled on the push from behind. Morgan got good position. 53-47. Again, they're going to look right to Rivera, and this is the same strategy I'd implore. Camaria kicks it out. Gatanos misses the three, and Thomas going to come up with a rebound, push it the other way. Hernowitz going to drive in. And we're going to get an open three. Nope, they're going to call the offensive foul this time. Camaria stood in there and got ran over. Really hope that Nia Thomas is okay. She's grabbing at the knee. She's already got a brace on the knee. I don't know if she banged knees with Camaria or not, but we hope she's okay. 8:09 to go. Oglethorpe up 6. Last trip down, Rivera had position, kicked it out for an open three. I just want to see her go to work. Elder going to drive in, scoop that one up and off the back rim and no good. Waldron with the rebound. Hernowitz going to drive in. She's going to miss, and Gabby Hudson skies and grabs one. Gatanos, and they're going to get the foul or the travel on Jess. Just a really helter-skelter game that does not have a ton of rhythm going. Leah Melton going to sub back in. Who's coming out? Oh, Camaria running off the floor. She went immediately to the training room. Hernowitz going to have the ball. And again, 7:31 to go, 22 on the shot clock. It looks like a little 2-3 zone. Oglethorpe going to switch into that. Hernowitz going to dribble through. She's going to have it stripped away. Melton's got it, giving it up. Hudson, head fakes, lays it up and in. Really good footwork there by Gabby Hudson, and a good pass ahead for Malia Melton. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. 7:07 to go here in the ballgame. Petrels 55-47 on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. 7:07 to go, 55-47 your score. Camario Rivera with 16, Kat Johnson with 10, Briley Elder with 8 to lead the way. Both teams really struggling from the floor. Worcester shooting just 30%, Oglethorpe 34.5. Oglethorpe's 4 of 17 from downtown, Worcester just 2 of 12. And now they're going to go 2-3 zone are the Petrels. Hernowitz going to skip across. Baseline jumper, no good there by Cameron Watkins. Skipper comes with the ball. Hudson has it, almost loses it. Melton going to reset, and Gaetano's going to set the offense. Now it's just about taking quality shots. 8-point lead with 6.5 to go. Take quality shots, take care of the basketball, don't turn it over. Melton going to drive in and go to, I guess that one we're just not going to call anything. Absolute contact under the basket. Could have gone either way, but the whistle just was swallowed by the official, but it's a 10-point lead for Oglethorpe. Worcester looking at Briley Elder going to be called for a foul. 28 feet away from the basket. Substitutions coming in. Rivera going to come back in for Skipper. We're going to get Nia Thomas back in. We're going to get 13, Alana Smith, and number 4, Hannah Manzaro. 10-point lead for the Petrels. Trying to close out the calendar year 8-4. Conference play starting next week. Would love to have some of that confidence. Elder almost gets the steal. Baseline jumper going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound taken and a foul as Smith was fouled underneath. Melton can't believe it. Not sure that anybody really knows what a foul or a violation is at this point of the game. Free throw up and good. Fans heckling the referees. Ball kicked back out to Elder. She's going to head fake and drive in.
Worcester State foul number 4, Hannah Manzaro. It's her first, and 13 foul subs now for the Lancers. Sierra Francis. Petrels basketball.
Ball inbounded. Melton going to get it. She's going to be fouled and good, and a nice layup for Malia Melton. Melton with a chance to put him up 11. Free throw up and good, and a really good job there on the inbound play. And it's back to 11 for Oglethorpe at 60-49. Hernowitz with a nice little head fake, and look at Gabby Hudson flying in for the rebound. Gabby didn't play a lot in the first half and has come in here in the second half and putting a little pep in the step for Oglethorpe, and we'll get a we're going to get an offensive foul called. My goodness. All I can do is grab my head for this. I'm not sure what a foul is at this point. We had one on the previous possession where Malia was tackled and there was no call. Now we have people just flopping on the floor, and they're going to get a call the other way. Yeah, I'm seeing it with white, black, and gold glasses, but I'll be honest, this is just bad officiating both ways. We're missing carries, we're missing travels. It is what it is. I'm going to say Happy New Year's and leave the officials alone. 60-49. Worcester will be in the bonus moving forward. Hernowitz with it now up top. Skips it around to Francis. They'll try to go baseline. Francis is going to have to get it, sling it into the front court. Hernowitz now underneath. Layup attempt, no good for Smith. Nice hit ahead for Gitanos, and Camaria Rivera lays it in. Gabby almost comes up with the steal. Hernowitz going to get it now, sit to the foul line. 3 ball on the way. That's going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound taken underneath and kick back out. Hernowitz head fakes, going to try to go by, and Gabby picks her pocket, and Gabby going to go the other way. This should be an uncontested layup. And Gabby, oh no. Looks like she pulled a muscle running down the court, went to shoot the layup and just had to go sideways. Skipper comes up with a rebound, and Hudson's hurt. Hope Gabby's okay. I don't know if she pulled a muscle, pulled a hamstring. Literally went for the uncontested layup, and when she went for it, the tire went out, and we hope Gabby's okay. She's immediately going to the training table. My goodness, you hate to see that. Gabby was playing really hard here in the second half, but it's 62-49. Konza will come back in. Oglethorpe with a chance here if they can get Camaria the ball, and they do, and Camaria goes up over the left shoulder, cannot get the roll. I'll say that might have been the dagger if it goes to 15, but the Lancers still in it. Really good defense up top by Gitanos. And a shot up and good. And it's 62-51. Like I said, the dagger could have been 15, but at 11, you're only talking about a 4-possession game. Corner 3 coming for Elder, and that's just off the mark. Konza with the offensive rebound. No foul. My goodness. This is why I'm not an official. When there's contact on the floor, and I'm not sure what's going on over here. I guess we got a timeout called. Anger coming off the floor, but we'll get a timeout. Full timeout, we'll take it with them on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. .235 to go. It's 62-51. Your score, Oglethorpe in front. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so the bonus comes from this point on. Two-three zone right now. St. Martin going to take a step-back 3 and drill it. Nice shot there by Abby St. Martin to cut it down to an 8-point deficit. And again, this is going to be handle the ball and make free throws. And you'll walk out of here at 8-4 with a win if you're the Stormy Petrels. Simple as that. Konza going to drive in, and that's what you cannot do is turn the ball over. Hernowitz coming the other way. She thinks about stopping and popping, and we'll get a layup the other way. This one good by Waldron. Really nice pass there by Hernowitz. Again, you got a 30-second shot clock. Use it. No need to dribble in. Make them chase you for 28 seconds. Skipper going to put her head down, fire up a shot. That's going to be no good. Morgan does come up with the offensive rebound, and Konza going to reset. And if I'm Coach Ritchie, I tell everybody to pull this one back out and let's wait. Make them defend. No, there is a 5-second dribble count. That's only if you're closely defended. Shot clock down to 7. Rivera swinging around. Konza for 3. That 3 going to be off the mark and no good. And St. Martin going to come up with the rebound. Got to sprint back on defense. Hernowitz She's going to lay it up and in, and it's a 4-point game. Coach Ritchie putting the stop sign on, saying slam on the brakes. It was a 13-point lead just minutes ago, and now it's down to 4. Gaetanos holding the ball, not being closely defended. Kanza with it. Carly Bell has an open 3, doesn't take it wisely. We got 10 on the shot clock. Gaetanos going to drive in. Just going to scoop it up and in, and a great move by Gaetanos to make it a 6-point lead. Jess, they took it down to about 9 on the shot clock, 8. Jess goes baseline, uses the defender, and scoops it up and in for the layup. And a 6-point lead, 64-58. Pretty simple how everything's going here. Pretty simple. 64-58 is your score. 43.3 to go. Oglethorpe with a chance to go 8-4 in non-conference play if they can hold on to this one. We'll set everything up. Both teams are in the bonus, so any foul means 2 free throws. The players to watch on the other side. Katie Hernowitz with 17. Lena Waldron with 10. Nia Thomas with 8. They have not shot the 3 well at all, Worcester. They have hit only 3 threes of all of them. Hernowitz 1 of 7. St. Martin 1 of 3. Nia Thomas 1 of 1. Nobody else has made a 3. You look at the way that they're able to shoot free throws. You don't want to foul anybody, but they're a team that shoots it at about 65% from the foul line. So if you do foul, you'd have to box out and be ready to come up with a rebound. Be secure with the basketball once you have it on offense, and do not foul. Make Worcester State shoot shots. St. Martin will trigger it. We're going to go man-to-man here. That's exactly what you want. Make them pick up the dribble. Hernowitz going to get it. Drive in, scoop, no good. Rebound coming around. It's taken by Skipper, and we're going to get a timeout from Alex Ritchie. You could hear him yelling and screaming. But a great rebound there by Skipper. Really good help side defense by Camaria Rivera. Carly Bell going to check in here after the timeout. But if you're Oglethorpe, it's pretty simple. Put it in the hands of your playmakers. Tell them you're going to have to go out and shoot free throws. And that's where it's going to be. Your free throw shooters, if you want. Rivera shoots it at 67%. Briley Elder at 82%. Jess Gaetanos at 81%. 85% for Mia Havica, but she's not in the game. Everybody else shoots okay. 65% for Hoffman, 68% for Kat Johnson, 59% for Hudson, 56% for Anna Kanza. Skipper has not shot a free throw yet this year. So you look, that's kind of who you're going to have a chance to have in the game. Malia shoots it at 51.5%, and Malia's not in the game. So you're going to have Gaetanos. You're also going to have subbing in for the first time, 34. I'm sorry, that is Sydney Bumgarner. Sydney Bumgarner going to sub in, 5'11", redshirt sophomore from St. Genevieve, Missouri. Gaetano's going to have it, and if Worcester's just going to stand there, they can run the clock out. You got to go foul, and they are. They're going to go foul Bumgarner, who's going to go shoot 2 free throws. Kanza and Skipper will sub back in for defense. Skipper going to get Bumgarner at the line. I'm sorry, it's 30. Yeah, it is Sydney Bumgarner. Shooting 2. Don't believe she has a stat on the year. First one going to rattle around and no good. Just got to make 1, and this game will be over for all intents and purposes. Second one good, and a big smile for Sydney as she leaves the floor, and her entire teammate standing up, smiling, high-fiving her as she walks off the floor. Oglethorpe will go 2-2-1. Just do not foul. Literally, that's your only goal here is don't foul. Let them shoot. Let them do whatever they want. And Briley Elder going to come up with the steal, and Oglethorpe is going to get a happy new year. They're going to leave here at 8-4 on the year. They'll now just have to dribble out the clock. Gaetano's going to hold it. Not going to matter. Jess will dribble to the left, and that's going to be it. Worcester will get the steal, but it's not going to be enough. Game is going to end. Final score 65-58. Oglethorpe is going to walk away.